So I've not told you about Bread and Cake Man, and that's what this poem is about. So this guy I used to work with when I used to work in mental health care for like adults with learning disabilities and challenging behaviour. And this guy was definitely quite high on the challenging behaviour scale. And there was this one time where someone in the house they got ill, and the member of staff that was working panicked, and they phoned for an ambulance, and this chap who I'll call Bread and Cake Man, he decided that he fancied the paramedic. So for about a week, and I only worked in that house once that week, but for about a week he was going, oh, I love a man in uniform. Ho ho, I love it. Oh, dirty. And he'd say stuff like that, and it'd just make you laugh. And I remember finishing a 12-hour shift at another house, and that day I'd been attacked by one of the people we look after with a Forever Friends mug, which is a bit odd, but so I'd just done a 12-hour shift there. I had to deal with this attack and to record it and call the police and social services and all this sort of stuff. And I sit down at home, and then 5 minutes into sitting down, I get a phone call from one of the staff. And and basically the guy, to try and get himself near a paramedic, he's broken his own nose. But he's not done it in any sort of way, shape or form that you would normally expect to break your nose. You wouldn't you didn't hit yourself in the nose. He literally took 2 steps, and he's got, bless him, he had bad legs, and he's taken 2 steps and he's just thrown himself face first at the floor. But he didn't put his hands out. He had such volition, such determination to break his nose. He's just you don't have to hide it. You can laugh if you want. I don't mind it. Go for the sound. I can see, and he's just smashed his face on the floor, and his nose has just gone like that. It's horrible. It really is. It's a horrible thing to talk about, because his nose was like halfway across his face, and yeah, it was awful. And we ended up having to call an ambulance, and yeah, so this poem is pretty much about this guy, and sort of like my experience, because I had to go to the hospital with him, so I had to go in the ambulance with him because the other member of staff had to look after everyone else in that house. So this poem is about my experiences with this guy on the route to hospital to go and get his nose fixed, essentially. Right. It's called Bread and Cake Man. I will and I won't, I can and I can't, I do and I don't. Oh, please, I'm so hungry. Could I have some crisps? Can I have some more crisps? Oh, ho, ho, I love it when you're angry. Can I have my tablets now, please? Oh, I like this song. I wrote it. It was me. I wrote it on my own. I'm the I am. You, over there. Indian man, do you want me or don't you want me? I haven't got all day. Toilets? Toilets? Oh no. I know a song. I wrote it. Shall I sing it? Bread and cake, bread and cake, bread and cake and bread and cake, bread and cake, bread and cake. Hi-ho, ambulance man. Bread and cake, bread and cake, bread and cake and bread and cake, bread and cake, bread and cake. Hi-ho, Silver. So yeah, that's the that's the poem. I changed it slightly because obviously he did mess himself while talking to an Indian doctor who ignored him. Because he was being racist without realising he was being such And the bread and cake part, he actually sang that for 3 hours. Uh, non-stop for 3 hours. But other than that, it's pretty accurate to his thought processes and the way he was and what he was like. So there you go.